Politicians can't rewrite history on their own. They need enablers. They need media enablers. And that's what the GOP has right now, thanks to right-wing outlets that look the other way and ignore the daily fallout from January 6th and ignore the newly obtained video that CNN aired from a police body cam. They basically ignore all the attempts to hold people accountable for the crimes that occurred at the Capitol. Downplaying the insurrection while dialing up the "it was rigged" rhetoric is obviously destabilizing to democracy. And Cheney said so, challenging Fox, on Fox, to tell the truth loud and clear.
We all have an obligation, and I would say Fox News especially Fox News, has a particular obligation to make sure people know the election wasn't stolen. Fox News, Brett, I'm going to answer your question. Fox News needs to make sure that the American people...
He wasn't happy about that. Did you notice what the banner said? It said, Fox, Cheney is taunting Trump. That's what Fox was saying. Well, she's also challenging Fox, and new poll numbers show why. Let's dig into it with Peter Wehner. He's a senior fellow for ethics at the Ethics and Public Policy Center. He's the author of the book, The Death of Politics, How to Heal Our Frayed Republic After Trump. And he's no Democrat. He served under President Reagan and in both Bush administrations. Peter, thanks for coming on. Let me show the new PRRI data that shows 66% of Republicans say they support, at least in part, the election conspiracy theories, the big lie. Then if you look at Republicans who trust Fox News, the number's higher, 86% of those Fox News Republicans. And if you look at folks who love Newsmax and OAN, the percentage is even higher. 96% of those viewers, those Republican voters, believe in the big lie. To me, Peter, this is pretty clear evidence that Liz Cheney is right, that the Foxes of the world need to tell the truth more loudly, more at all.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Liz is right. I'm glad she went on Fox and made that that indictment. I mean, Fox has some serious journalists, Bret Baier's among them, and so is Chris Wallace. But by and large, the Fox lineup, the primetime lineup, and most of its stars, in particular Tucker Carlson, are spreading malicious lies about the election. And these are not just, quote unquote, any lies. These really go to the heart of democracy because they're undermining faith in the foundation of our republic, which is trust in the election. And remember, Brian, that the Trump administration itself declared that this was the most secure election in history. These are the specialists who follow these things. There's no evidence that the election was stolen or rigged. And yet, because these news outlets and politicians in the Republican Party and others threw their hat over the Trump wall, the more delusional he became, the more delusional they became, and it's a real threat to our democracy.